If you live in Alabama and you've had a foreclosure, then one question that ought to be pretty high on your list is there a deficiency? Do I owe any money? And there's a lot of misinformation out there. Some people say you can never owe a deficiency after a foreclosure. And that's true in some states, but not in Alabama. And some people say, well, as a practical matter, even if you owe a deficiency, the mortgage company will never come after you for that. Well, that may be true in other places. I doubt it, but that's not true here in Alabama. So let's talk about what is a deficiency. Simple example, say you owe $300,000 on your house. It's sold at foreclosure for $250,000. Well, then that $50,000 gap or deficiency is what you still owe. Now we're putting aside for right now whether the foreclosure was proper, whether the law firm or the mortgage company did anything wrong in the foreclosure. We've covered that in other videos. Just talking about that deficiency. You owe $300,000, it sells for $250,000, you owe that $50,000 gap. Now what does that mean? Well, it may be on your credit report that you owe that money. You may get collection letters or calls from the mortgage company directly on this. They may send it out to a collection agency. And they may start calling you or writing you saying, hey, you owe us $50,000. And then that collection agency may be on your credit report. And ultimately, you may be sued. You may be sued by the mortgage company, or you may be sued by the debt collector, or what is known as a debt buyer, somebody that has bought that old deficiency debt. So if you've been foreclosed, go to the courthouse, probate court. There'll be a foreclosure deed. You look at that piece of paper. It'll say exactly how much was paid. Then you compare that with what the mortgage company or the law firm said you owed right before the foreclosure. If they're about the same, then you're probably okay. If here's the amount that you owed and it sold for this much, well, now they owe you that much money, unless you had liens or second mortgage. But if you owe this much and it's sold for down here, then you need to check and see, do I owe that money? If you have any questions about a foreclosure or a deficiency, or maybe you've been sued for a deficiency, feel free to give us a call, 205-879-2447, or you can contact us through our website, alabamaconsumer.com. Thank you.